In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful and the especially merciful. Assalamu alaikum to everyone and most welcomes to my presentation. I am Attab Ahmad Khan. As you can see on my screen, the topic of my today presentation is on narrative essay and their analysis. In my presentation, I will be focused on the definition, purposes, types, characteristics, main ideas, and how to pick these ideas, narrative format and structure, outline, title, introduction, thesis statement, body, and conclusion. And at the end, I will give us simple examples on narrative essay. These all shown on the screen are the main contents of our presentation. First of all, I would like to give a short overview or introductions to narrative essay in this particular slide. A narrative essay is a type of essay that has a single motive or a central point around which the whole narrative revolves. All the incident happenings and character revolves around a single motive presented in the essay. Another important point is that the biggest challenge in writing a narrative essay is that it is always limited in length. Thus, your task is to take a complex story and narrow its downs to incorporate its key points to fit into a short essay while at the same time providing enough details to keep readers engaged. After the introduction of narrative essay, now we comes to know the basic purposes of a narrative essay. The key purposes of this form of writing is all about sharing stories. For example, as a writer, your task is to tell readers about a real life experience and at the same time to make a clear point of why you are writing the particular story. Now we move to the interesting topic, the types of narrative essay. Actually, there are two types of narrative essay. The first one is descriptive narrative essay and autobiographical narrative essay. Descriptive narrative essay is the most creative form of the essay. The main goal of descriptive narrative essay is to describe an experience, situation, or memory by using realistic detail. And descriptive essay, the other main goal is to evoke the reader's different senses and paint a clear picture of an event. The second one is an autobiographical narrative essay. This form of essay require you to share a true story that took place throughout your life. This type of essay should focus on one specific event. After that, after the types of narrative essay, now we shortly explain some basic characteristics of the narrative essay is shown on the screen. This is the most important topic. In narrative essay, writer written about events that actually happens called non-fiction. Narrative essay are written from the author viewpoints or first person, not other. It includes elements of a story. The most important is that it provides information in chronological order. Last one is that in narrative essay, lots of detail are used to describe an event, persons, or scene. After that, now we comes to know that how to pick narrative essays ideas. For writing a good narrative essay, there are a few things to keep in mind. First of all, you should start by carefully studying the given requirement. Some of the basic characteristics that you may be looking for your essay are given below. First of all, think of your past experience and memories and try to find something truly exciting. Think of what stories you want to share with others. Try to generate some good ideas and use the internet to your benefit, social media, online magazine, and other resources. And the last one is that try pre-writing. This is a very handy technique that can help you get your story flowing. To give it a try, the final tip is to choose something that is both interesting to you and appealing enough to engage your audience. Now we shortly explain structure and format of narrative essay. The narrative essay format and structure are standard like other essay. This type of essay normally follows is a paragraph essay. Format of narrative essay. Now let's look at how to start a narrative essay. When writing a narrative essay, you follow specific sequence of action is shown on the screen. The first one, brainstorming. ideas, pick the right topic, define your purpose of writing, and plan your story that it should have a rising action, climax, and a falling action, and should be able to draw logical conclusion from it. If you approach your writing step by step as described above, the whole process will become less stressful and much quicker. After the format of narrative essay, now we move to the structure of narrative essay. The structure of narrative essay consists of introduction, thesis statement. The thesis statement comes in introduction part, main body followed by three paragraphs, and at the end there is a conclusion of the whole essay. This in this graph, the general overall general structure of narrative essays are shown. First there are introductions. In introduction there are thesis statement, then rising action, then climax, then falling action, and up and the end there is a conclusion. In the introduction portion, we mainly focus on three things. Number first one is that engage readers in the story with the help of a hook. To create a powerful hook, you can use a question, fact, quote, or a statement that will make reader wants to read further. Number second one, set the scenes and give readers an idea of what is happening. However, it shouldn't tell the entire story yet, just give a glimpse into it and don't give it all always, and keep your readers intrigued. The third one is that define the purpose of your writing. Finally, your narrative introduction should provide some insight into what the story is all about. Your introduction should contain a thesis statement. Now in this particular slide, we shortly discuss that what is a thesis statement. The thesis statement is another important element of your essay. It should be placed in the introductory paragraph and can later be restated in your conclusions to empower the effect of the essay. A thesis statement is your main arguments. Its main goal is to introduce the problem you are going to investigate in your work and to spark the reader interest. The main body of your essay is the most important part. This is where you tell the story, share facts and detail, and guide readers through the plot. The body of narrative essay can consist of 3 or more paragraphs, and its length depends on the essay. In the first main body paragraph, there is a rising action. In the second, there is a climax, and the third paragraph consists of falling action. Here are some important points to consider in the body of narrative essay. Here are some important points to consider in the body of narrative essay. A narrative essay is all about creating a scenes as well as a moods to follow. Throwing the readers into dialogue is an effective way to refresh their attentions. It's hard for readers to understand the timeline of events in an essay unless the either is blunt. Keeping through sequential is the best way to keep your essay organized. And the last one, if you are talking about a personal experience, the first person voice will work best. If this is a story you heard from a friend, writing in third person will make more sense. In the conclusion of your essay, you are expected to give some final comments about your essay. This is where you can restate some of the key detail and ideas mentioned in the body. In addition, you should stress the lesson you have learned from a particular situation and leave readers with some things to think about. These are about the narrative essay. Now we move to the examples on narrative essay, and this is the personal example of my child my childhood memories. In this particular essay, I will explain my personal childhood memories. These are the title of the essay. The first one, the memories of childhood have special significance in one's life and are cherished by almost everyone. As one grows up, one longs more and more for his childhood, the best periods of one life. A child has no work worries. He is free from the stress and unpleasantness of adult life. His motto of life remains eat, drink, and be merry. The charm of childhood cannot be forgotten. Childhood is the happiest periods of one life. It has been called the golden days or the golden periods of life. Memories leave an ever childhood memories leave an everlasting impressions on one life. This blue color, this is the introductory paragraph, and this introductory paragraph there is also mentioned a dialogue as well as a thesis statement. Eat, drink, and be merry. This is a dialogue, and in the last line, this is a there is a thesis statement. This is the introductory portions of the first of my narrative essay. Next, same in the case with the me. When I recollect the days of my childhood, I feel highly delighted. It was a pleasant period that I spent in high spirit. During my childhood, I was carefree and had no worries at all. I used to wander like a deer in the open fields, enjoying the natural beauty of the pastures. There are certain incidents that are still fresh. I am in my memory. For instance, at the age of 10, I suffered severe attack of typhoid. In the absence of proper diagnosis, I was reduced to a skeleton. After taking medicines for a sufficiently long period, I was cured. Doctor advised me to go some health station, so my father took me to a hill area. Now we are in the main body. In this first paragraph, there is a rising action, climax, and falling action, as you can see. So there are also a dialogues also present, that I was reduced to a skeleton after taking medicines. Now moving to the another paragraph of the main body. Growing up, I had a very loving family. I had 5 siblings with whom I used to play remember a lot. I remember very fondly the games we used to play, especially in the evening. We used to go out in the playground. We played different games like cricket, gully danda, mostly hide and seek. These memories of playing are very dearer to me. Furthermore, I remember clearly the incident of swimming experience. It was a Sunday of June 2016 when my friends and I went for swimming to Panchkola River. Some of my friends were expert swimmers, but unluckily I did not know how to swim. My friends dived into the river and compelled me to do same. So I was caught by the current of water and was carried away swiftly. There was very possibility of my being drowned, but due to the valor of one of my friends, I was rescued and brought to the bank of the river. I was very grateful to him because he protected me from the water. In this memory there is also a rising action, climax, and falling action, and some dialogues are there. And this is the and the next, most importantly, I remember this instance very clearly when we went out for a picnic in 2019 with my family. We paid a visit to the Kumrat Valley and had an incredible day. I used to go there to sit down on a rock in the bank of river and watch the attractive scenes of the Panchkola rivers and beautiful trees besides them. My father clicked so many pictures that day. When I look at these pictures, the memory is so clear that it seems like it happened just yesterday. Here, the main body of this whole essay has end up, and these there are I mentioned three most memories of my life, and there I mentioned their rising action, climax, falling action, their dialogues, and these events are in sequential order, or in chronological order, because the first memory that I shared, that is on that the first memory that I shared the first memory that I shared is 2016, and the second memory that I shared, that is the first memory that I shared when I am in the 10th class. The second memory is in up 2016, and the last one is up to 2019. So it is in a chronological order. Now we move to the conclusion of my essay. Thus, the memories of my childhood days are still fresh in my mind, although I do wish that these days full of leisure come back. I know that it is a thing of the past. It is this it is this beautiful period that is often being eulogized by poets and writers. I know that is a thing of the past. It is the beautiful period that often been eulogized by poets and writers. Wordsworth, the immortal poet of England and a great worshipper of nature, often described his childhood days in his poem. Childhoods, according to him, is full of leisure, thrill, and entertainment. As I grow older, I look back with great nostalgia to my childhood days spent with fun and frolic. I know they will never come back, and hence I shall cherish those memories till my last day. Thanks to everyone. This in this paragraph, this is the conclusion of my whole essay. So this all about from my side.